go.
Hello to all my friends at home. I just wanted to say that I'm missing you and I can't wait till we can all be together again. But today I thought I would share a recipe with you called white bean dip. I know that many of you like beans because we have rice and beans at school a lot. We have our turkey chili that's got beans in it, but anyways, I know you guys like beans. I also know you like hummus because a lot of you love that when we have it at the back to school welcome back picnic in the fall. And so I thought this is a little bit different than hummus. It's, like I said, called white bean dip, and it's something really easy that you can do at home with either your mom or your dad, or if you're at home now with one of your grandparents or an older brother or sister. It's a really, really simple recipe, and you can add to it different kinds of spices that your family might like. I'm just making it the way that we like it the best. So again, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna go through the ingredients first. All you need, and this should all be stuff that you most likely have in your house already. If you eat a lot of beans like we do in our house, you always have a can of beans. So it's very, very simple. Mom or dad or whoever doesn't have to run out to the store. You most likely have all of this in your house, and you could maybe even make it today. So this is just a can of white beans, and I've already drained it and rinsed the beans. I've got olive oil. I've got minced garlic. You can also use fresh garlic, chopped up really small. I've got lemon juice in a bottle, and I also have a fresh lemon, whichever one you have. I'm going to use a little bit of both today. I've got salt and pepper. I've got some garlic powder. As you can see, we like garlic, so I use extra garlic. I've got a little onion powder. Again, you can use any spices you want. This is just what I'm using today. I've got some Italian seasoning, oregano, and just to add a little bit of color, I've got some paprika. And I also happen to have some fresh herbs, and if any of you have fresh herbs, that's the best for this recipe because it tastes even better with all the fresh spices in it. The only one I happen to have in the house today is parsley. So I'm going to be using a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley in it too. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and I'm just going to put it all into the blender. And then you just blend it up and it'll be ready. So let's just dump in our beans right into the blender. I'm going to do 1/3 cup of olive oil. And I need to get to the store because I'm almost out of it, and we use a lot of olive oil in this house. Dump it right in. And I'm going to put in a teaspoon of the minced garlic. And again, it's just to taste whatever you like the best. If you like more garlic, you can add in more garlic. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I think I'm going to do one of what's in here, the bottle of lemon juice, and then I'm gonna put some of the fresh in. So I'm just gonna cut this. And you know that you have to have mom or dad or whoever is helping you to cook if you have to cut anything, which most of this you wouldn't have to cut, but if you do, they can help you with your cutting. Squeeze this in there. So, oops, make sure you don't get any seeds in there. I'm getting some seeds. Just have to pick those out at the end. Okay, got the lemon. And then I'm going to put in, I have here a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. Dump that right in. And I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of the dried oregano. And this measuring is good for keeping your math skills sharp. I'm gonna find my 1/4 teaspoon. Don't have my glasses on. There we go. 1/4 teaspoon. again, these are spices we like. I like the parsley and oregano are two of my favorite spices. I'm gonna put a little bit extra, I like a lot of garlic. I'm gonna do a little extra garlic powder. Just gonna sprinkle a little in there. Okay, and I'm also gonna put just a little bit of onion powder in there. Again, I'm just sprinkling a little in there. You don't really have to measure everything perfectly. It's just the way you like it. A little onion powder. I'm gonna do a little salt and pepper. And just a little salt. Okay, I think I've got all the ingredients in the blender. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure the top's on tight so we don't get it all over the kitchen. I'm gonna blend it up. To have to mix it around a little bit with a spoon because I can see it's not quite all blended up yet. Some of the beans are not mushed. Just stir it a little bit with a spoon and then go back to blending it. There we go. I should say too, you can use your food processor. If your family has a food processor, you can make it in that too. I used to have a mini one that was really good for this kind of recipe, but it broke. So now I pretty much use my blender for everything. I do have a big food processor, but for me, this is a little bit easier. I think I gotta blend it just a little bit more. One more, and then I'm gonna dump it into the bowl, and we're gonna give it a try. That it's too thick, you can add a little water. You could add a little more olive oil if you feel like you need to make it a little thinner. I'm just going to go ahead with this consistency and put it in my bowl. It's delicious. I hope all of you are doing some cooking at home. I know I've been doing a lot more cooking since we've been here. And so you know, this is also a vegan recipe. My daughter is vegan. And for any of you that don't know what that means, I know we have a lot of vegetarians at the center. So my daughter does not eat any meat or fish, and she also does not eat dairy or eggs. So we're always looking for recipes that don't have any of those ingredients in it, and this is one of them, and she loves it, and it's healthy, it's nutritious, it's a great thing to eat with vegetables. As you can see, I've got some celery here, I've got carrots, I've got tomatoes, I've got cucumbers. Any vegetables you have at home are great to dip in this. I also have some pretzels. I like it with my Triscuit crackers, but there's endless things that you can dip into this. And like I said, I know a lot of you like hummus, and this is very similar to hummus, but instead it's made with the white beans. I am gonna just put a little bit of paprika on the top just for some color. Some people pour a little extra olive oil on the top for color. I'm also gonna put a little bit of the fresh parsley on the top for color. obviously make sure you have washed your hands really good before you start doing any of this cooking. Can you see that? Does it look delicious? I'm gonna get out a cracker and try one. And after you taste it, if you think, oh, I think it needs more salt, or I think it needs more garlic, or I think it needs more parsley, whatever you think it needs more of, you can add to it. Let's see what I think. It's good, very good. Definitely can taste the lemon juice. So if you don't like a lot of lemon, maybe go a little bit less on the lemon juice, but I think it's delicious. All right, friends, I hope you like that recipe. I hope you get to try it, and I hope I get to see all of you soon. Bye.